Hello everyone, Mike1217 here, welcoming you back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. And the last episode, in case you did not see it, was all a major shift in the story. So if you are concerned with the story of this game, then I highly suggest you watching the last episode in case you did not watch it. If you are not concerned with the story, then don't worry about not seeing the last episode. I'll briefly summarize it as we head out of here. This is the past, in case you don't know. This is the past. This is Impa. I don't want to talk to her. I'm just going to go on out here through, I guess what it's called, the Gate of Time. So, to summarize what happened last time, the big story shift, is we met up with Zelda, and she revealed that she is the ancient goddess Hylia reincarnated. And she also revealed that the evil behind everything that's going on in this game is an evil being known as Demise, kind of a demon king of sorts. And he is the true villain of this game. And bear with me with this description, by the way. Again, I'm not very much into story of games in general, so I don't pay too much attention to them. So bear with me here. I'm trying the best I can to summarize this. But basically, she told us about Demise, and she said that in order to keep him sealed away, because right now he's kind of sealed away, and he's not able to really be free. And in order to keep him sealed and keep him from overtaking the world with evil, I guess, in order to do that, Zelda has kind of put herself into an eternal sleep, and she's like trapped herself inside this crystal where she's sleeping, and that will keep Demise sealed away. And so it's up to us to vanquish Demise to wake her up, I guess. I'm still like really like if this doesn't make sense to you, watch the last episode. If you don't care, then just don't worry about it. I should have answered she's great, by the way, to that question. She asked, like, or Bruce asked how Zelda is, and I said she's okay. Well, she's not really okay. But, I guess the only really important thing for me to mention for people who don't care about the story is, Zelda mentioned the Triforce in our big conversation with her in the last episode. And we basically have to seek that out. That's really what our next major goal is in the game, is to seek out the Triforce. And we don't really know much about it, so after we're done kind of talking with people down here, we're going to go back up into the sky and we're going to try to learn more about the Triforce. That's really what this next part of the game is learning about the Triforce and learning how to pursue it. So there you go. I think that's the best way I can really describe what's going on in the game now for people who don't care about the story. So again, if you care about the story, then watch the last episode, definitely. Now this is some foreshadowing, actually, what's going on here with Bruce. Just remember this. It's not important now, but just remember this for later on in the game. Alright? Keep this in mind. This is important, but I want to get out of this conversation. Yeah, I'm gonna try to to hang with you here for this episode. Just because there's gonna be a lot of text, but it's not like cutscenes. Like it's not like the last episode where I didn't do any commentary. It's one of those things where it would be awkward if I didn't do commentary. So let's get out of here and go back to the sky. Hopefully I won't get interrupted by anything else. So, I guess I can cut footage, can't I? I'm gonna be going back to Skyloft, so I guess I'll just cut footage, and I'll meet you back at Skyloft. That sounds good. Okay, so we're dropping back into Skyloft, and I want to go into, well, where we started in the game, the Knights Academy. Is that what this is called? I can't believe I don't know that. This should be just the Knights Academy. It's not going to tell us. Yeah, okay, there we go. So, really the only person... And by the way, I really don't know how to find clues for all this. This is kind of a part of a game where you're... a part of the game where you're just going to have to talk to people to figure out where to go. Thankfully, I know where to go. I know what to do. So we're going to have to go to the headmaster's office here. And you can see he has a speech bubble, so that means he's important to talk to. So let's talk to him. Now, I'm going to just kind of go through this text slowly here, let you read it, and in the meantime, because I'm going to be doing a lot of talking to people here, while I'm doing this, I'm going to talk about the recent announcement by Nintendo about the new Zelda game coming out supposedly in the holiday season of this year. The sequel to A Link to the Past, which I'm pretty pleased by what I saw there, to be quite frank with you. Let's see, where to begin on this? I mean, yeah, I definitely think that 3D Zelda, that 2D Zelda needs to remain a thing, because I think 2D Zelda is just as important to the series as 3D Zelda. And I'm glad that they're keeping it alive, and they're kind of going back to the classic style of game design as the older games, like A Link to the Past and Link's Awakening. That's what this sequel appears to be, is more of a simplistic design. And I think it's pretty cool. I like the idea of going onto walls, kind of, like as a painting, and I think that adds a lot of depth to just solving the dungeons. And I think that's pretty cool. Okay, yeah. This stuff is still going on. I can still talk, okay. So yeah, overall, I'm really glad to know that we're getting in our 2D Zelda. The one thing I'm kind of on the fence about, though, is the fact that it's going to take place in the same exact world as A Link to the Past. And while I am very open to a tribute to A Link to the Past, I kind of don't like the idea of it being in the same exact world. I'm kind of iffy about it. And, because, like, we've seen that world already, and I know how to get around it, and based on the footage that we've seen so far, the dungeon that you see in the footage is clearly based off of the Tower of Hera in A Link to the Past, which is the third dungeon in that game, the third Light World dungeon. I mean, it's obviously the Tower of Hera because just the way, like, the puzzles involve those red and blue switches that mess with, like, the walls, and then of course the boss was Moldorm. It was the exact same thing. So I'm wondering if that's going to be in the final game or not, and if it is, it just makes me wonder if the dungeons are going to be, like, the same. Like, I know that they're going to be designed differently. They're not going to be the exact same puzzles and everything. Because obviously the walking on the walls thing is, you know, that wasn't in the original game. So I know, I realize that the game's going to be designed differently, like the dungeons are going to be laid out differently, and the story is going to be different, but I'm just wondering if we're going to have those same 3 dungeons, and then we're going to have the Dark World with the 7 extra dungeons, or however many there are. So, and you know, it makes me wonder if they're going to have the same bosses, too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't want it to be too similar to A Link to the Past, because I want surprises that will spoil the anticipation of what's coming, like what dungeons are coming, what bosses are coming. That's what I don't like, and that's just what I'm skeptical of, is if it's gonna be too similar to A Link to the Past, where it will spoil any surprises. So So yeah, if there's one thing that I'm hoping for with that game, it's just I hope it's not too similar to A Link to the Past. I love A Link to the Past. It's my favorite game of the series, but I want something new too. So I don't know. I'm still really excited about the game, and I'm glad to know that it's supposedly coming out this year. So yeah, I guess I was able to fill in all this boring talking with the talk of A Link to the Past 2, which, by the way, I really hope it's not called A Link to the Past 2, because the Zelda series has a great thing going with these subtitles and not using numbers at the end of their game titles. Like, I know they did Zelda 2, but that was kind of a different thing, because it was the entire series. It's the second game of the whole series, but they haven't done anything like Ocarina of Time 2 or, crap like that. Because, that's what, the Call of Duty series does, is, Modern Warfare 2. Like, they're doing sequels to subtitled games, like Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2. It's, really... It's just, it seems, really ridiculous when whole game series make sequels to, parts of the game. I don't know, it's really weird. Anyway, we can stop talking about all that crap. Now we're kind of back into the gameplay here. Yeah, I had to fill the void with something, so I had to talk about something. And I really did want to talk about the new Zelda game. But now let's talk about Skyward Sword. So now we're going to be learning a new technique with our bird. Yeah, we haven't really learned any new techniques with the bird. It's been the same since the very beginning of the game. So now we're learning something called the Spiral Charge, and it basically replaces our old dash move that we had when we were flying, where we'll just kind of go a little bit faster. This time it kind of serves as more of an attack. And if you weren't paying attention to any of the text going on, because I was too busy blabbing about shit, what's going on right now is that this entity called Levias, who is being tortured by a monster. And in order for us to fight the monster, we apparently need to use this Spiral Charge move. But first... What? Whoa, okay, yeah, I was trying to get a running start, sorry. I walked back a little bit to get a running start, and he yelled at me. So yeah, in order to actually acquire this move, we need to prove that we're able to use it. So we're going to do this obstacle course here. Now, I had a lot of trouble with this in my first playthrough, but from watching other people do it, it doesn't seem that hard. I just hope that my Wiimote is good as far as accuracy. Okay, so we have to hit 10 targets in 120 seconds. There are more than 10 here, so you don't have to hit all of them. A lot of them are stationary, so I would recommend you going for these first. So you just have to hit A to knock them out, pretty easy. There are some that are being carried by birds. You want to try, you'll probably have to hit at least one of those in order to pass this, but those are really hard to hit. So I'm gonna just try to. I might fail this a few times just because I need to kind of get used to the layout again. Oh man, yeah, the Wiimote's kind of screwy. Oh my god, it needs to be perfect for me. I don't know. I might have to. The thing is, I haven't played this in a while, and my sensor bar fell off the TV when I was setting up, and now everything's out of whack. Yeah, it's not very good right now. I just don't feel like I have, it's not very sensitive. I just don't feel like I can turn as sharply as I should be able to. And this is going to be a problem because... There we go, sweet. I got a bird there. Oh, can I get that one? Nah, no. Man, this is going to be a pain. This is hard. This is kind of difficult. You really need all that time. Oh my god. Oh yeah, this is going to take a few tries, so bear with me on this. I'm probably just going to cut out the failed attempts and show the one that I actually passed it on. I might have to fix my sensor bar though, because this is way off. So yeah, this is going to be a failure for sure. I need to learn the layout of this and everything. This is really bad, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna fix my sensor bar and recalibrate and do all that good stuff. Yeah, I got kind of close, I guess. Yeah, this shouldn't be too hard. Attempt number 2. We have the first one. Ooh, damn. So yeah. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, it's still off. I moved the sensor bar, but I think it's worse. I think I might have just made it worse. Because it's not going anywhere that I want it to. Maybe that's just an effect for me not playing in a while. I'm just not used to the game anymore. I don't know. I just feel like I should have better control over the bird. Yeah, I just want to try to get these stationary ones as fast as possible. That's really just the best approach. I know where they all are. Dude, come on! Oh my god. That was really sloppy, but it worked. It worked. Okay, doing good now, doing good. I know there's another one. It's like underneath that, or maybe no, I must have already gotten that one. No, it's on top. Yeah. Okay, sweet. I thought I was gonna miss that. Okay, a stationary one here. Just need one more. Got 40 seconds to get one more. And I think it has to be a bird. I gotta decide which one I'm going for. It's harder than it looks to get those birds, but okay, that was pretty easy. I still don't know if my sensor bar is in the right spot. I might have to kind of screw around a little bit. But that was pretty easy. A lot better than my first playthrough, I can promise you that. Okay. So, with that all done, I'm going to end this episode. And next time, on The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, we will seek out Levias. Now, well, before I end, gotta kind of explain what he's talking about here. We need to go to the Lumpy Pumpkin, so... Because in order for us to actually summon Levias, we need a pumpkin. Yes, I know it's kind of stupid, but it's true. So next time, I'll kind of start the episode in the middle of the sky, and we'll kind of head our way towards the Lumpy Pumpkin. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Mike1217, signing out.